Hello and welcome back to Truth Thursday. Excited to be here with you today. So, today we're going to cover the three components to a powerful vision. And it may not be what you expect. This is one of my favorite topics to talk about simply because conceptually it's simple, but when applied, it's very profound, and the effects both in your results and your level of fulfillment by applying what I'm going to talk about today is profound. And so as we dive into this, what I want you to be thinking about is think about the aspects of your life and what areas of your life you can apply this to. For many of us, we can apply vision to every area, right? That resonates with all of us. So, if you're looking at what's my vision for my physical body, what's my vision for 2023 as it relates to my business? What is my vision for 2023 as it relates to starting my side hustle? No matter what it is in your life, you can take these concepts today and apply them and really see some fantastic results. So, vision as we know it as casting our vision, for most of the time, goal setting for those purposes. And today, what we're going to talk about is, yes, that aspect, but also how vision relates to your internal world. Most of the time, it's not discussed in both capacities. It's discussed in set your vision for the new year, get your goals dialed in, and you're off to the races to achieve what you want to achieve. You cannot achieve and be fulfilled if you don't address your internal and external state. So if you think of vision from this point forward of, what is my vision for my business or the area of life that it applies to? And what is my vision for who I'm being in that area? What is my vision for the area of life? And what is my vision for who I'm being? So as I continue, keep that at the forefront of your mind. It will be helpful to think of it in two capacities: your vision for who you're being and your vision for your goal that you want to achieve. So the first component of a powerful vision, so you can achieve quickly, because that's really what this is about, right? It's not just about setting a vision and, the typical goal setting, but it's also tapping into really the superpower that we all have, which is being conscious of our internal state. So the first component is, what is your vision for you? What is your vision for your internal state in 2023? When I say your vision for your internal state, to break that down, what I'm talking about is, what is your vision for you in the way you want to move through the world? Do you want to be conscious of having a powerful presence? Do you want to have a vision for your internal state to be a more conscious leader? What is your vision for how you want to feel? The reason that we're going here first is because this is actually the missing link for many of us. And a lot of times we're clear on our vision in our business, but we don't get there because we're not clear about the feeling that we want. And so when we can incorporate that up front and prioritize our internal state more than the external goal, what happens is the external goal actually is now a byproduct because of how you're feeling. So think about your vision for your internal state. That is the most powerful component of casting a vision, especially as we go into this new year. So things to think about when I'm talking about setting a vision for your internal state. What is your intention of how you want to feel each day? Now, let's be clear. Things happen, right? Emotions soar. But what are you committed to being as your home? What is your internal home that you want to keep at the forefront of, no matter what happens, no matter what storms may pass, no matter what challenges come your way? Where are you going to come home to? Is that a place of happiness? Is that a place of joy? That's what I mean when I talk about your internal vision. Are you committed to seeing yourself as complete, whole, and worthy? Those are descriptors of what I'm talking about, of setting your internal vision for 2023. So now, thinking about the vision for the company or the vision for that area of life that may appeal to you. What I'd like you to think about is not just your vision for the financial goals or the growth goals of whatever it may be, but actually think of, in the case of your company, what I'd like you to think about is what's the vision for the company in 2023 and frankly beyond. But what is your vision for the internal state of the company? So, just like we covered in your personal internal state, your company has a presence. Your company has those aspects of it that your employees talk about. Your employees talk about the qualities of why they like working with you. Your clients talk about the unique characteristics that make you and your company unique. Those are clues as to where you can start to focus when you think about your company's internal state. How do you want your clients, your team to feel when they interact with your company? That is the direction that I want you to go when you're thinking about your company's internal state. When you combine the conscious awareness of where you're coming from as an individual and as the company, it is a complete game changer. Things start to shift so much because what you end up doing is you end up not only being conscious of how you're showing up in the world, but you're also combining that with your financial vision. And so, what happens is that your financial achievements that you want in your business happen more fluidly because you're more focused on who you're being in the world, what your clients and your internal employees are feeling. And that combined with your financial goals allows a movement to occur. When you are conscious of your intention for who you are as a leader, who your company is internally, and you combine that with the financial goals, you create a movement that is not only about financial gain and changing lives, but it is also about moving consciousness forward. It is about awakening people to their next level by way of you being a leader in your space. That's how powerful this is when you start to think of where you're coming from and who you want to be in the marketplace, not just your financial goals. So combining these two can be really powerful. The last thing that I want to talk to you about today is thinking about your vision and the feeling that you think you're going to have once you achieve your vision. All of us are seeking feelings. All of us are seeking emotions that we're either trying to avoid or running towards. You have the ability to choose that emotion and that feeling now. When you start to look at your vision, ask yourself, am I setting this vision because I think I'm going to feel a certain way once I achieve it? For most of us, the answer is yes. And I'm here to tell you that if you choose to feel that way now, your vision truly takes off like wildfire. It truly takes on a vision of its own, a mission of its own, and it becomes way bigger than you. And that's really what we're all trying to do, right? Is create something bigger than us, impact bigger than us. And so bringing it back to the feeling as this third point is the most powerful component of casting a vision, is honestly asking yourself what the feeling is that you're trying to achieve once you complete the vision. Because if you can start invoking that now, what happens is that becomes sort of the wind beneath your wings. You're already feeling free now. And so your decisions become more conscious. Your decisions become more pointed, precise, and intentional because you're not chasing this fleeting feeling that you think you're going to get once you get there. And so, what is the feeling behind the vision you're casting? And can you start to embody that now? Can you start to move through the world and embody freedom today? You can. It's a choice. We have a choice. On the last Truth Thursday, I talked about a beautiful quote from Viktor Frankl that I want to bring in here again. And he says, between stimulus and response, we have a choice. And in that choice is our freedom, it's our happiness. And so, as you look at your goals for next year and you think of the three components of a powerful vision, you have a choice to feel any way that you want to feel in this moment today. It's not outside of you. When you understand that your motivations come from a different place, when you understand that what drives you is different, what drives you is service, not self-centeredness. When you understand that you have this choice between that stimulus and response, in this case, the stimulus we're talking about is your vision, right? You're stimulated to achieve the vision. You think you're going to feel free once you make the $1 million. But what you don't understand is that between that stimulus and the response, there's a choice. Choose that feeling now. Choose the feeling of freedom now. If you think you're going to have more happiness when you achieve making $1 million, choose that happiness now. And when you make the $1 million, I promise you, you will feel fulfilled because it's not contingent on that achievement. It's not contingent upon that external factor that you have, at the end of the day, no exact control over, right? And so you're always attached to this outcome. And then once you get there, it's never enough. And so choose those feelings now, and bringing that in your vision planning, it's so powerful because you're not just looking at the goals you have, the internal state of your company and yourself, but you're actually also looking at what is the feeling that I want to combine in this moment now so that I am a powerhouse coming out of the gate with my vision and the feeling. So just to recap, the three components of a powerful vision. What is your vision for your internal state? Are you committed to staying in your power? Are you committed to being in joy? Are you committed to being happy? Number two, what is your vision for your company's internal state and your goals, right? How do you want your clients to feel when they interact with your company? How do you want your employees to feel? And as a leader, are you showing up in those ways to set the tone, set the pace for the company? And last, and the most powerful, I'm telling you, when you incorporate this, game changer all day long. What is the feeling you think you're going to achieve once you achieve your vision? And start choosing that today. Start choosing that joy today. Because when you wake up every day and you face the world with that powerful internal state, nothing can sway you. Nothing can overtake you. And you start to build a movement that is bigger than you, that is more powerful than anything you could imagine. And you become not only a leader in your space and an authority, but you become a leader of conscious leadership, right? You become a leader of being more conscious and setting the tone for others. And there is an energy that is intoxicating about that, that is more powerful than any revenue target you could ever achieve. So go back to the drawing board, take another look at your vision, and let's together make 2023 more conscious, more intentional, and experience a joy-filled year by consciously choosing the way we want to feel now and embodying that. Instead of giving our power away to our goals and our achievements that are outside of us, let's begin 2023 knowing that those are choices we have the power to make today.